Best chess game played by Magnus Carlsen, the world champion of chess. Magnus Carlsen versus Levon Aronian on Tata Steel Masters 2015. Let's move the game. Magnus played white with d4, Aronian knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, and d5, and knight c3 and bishop b4, pinning the knight, and Magnus captured on d5 and pinned the f6 knight, and a6 and capture on f6, queen f6, and here Magnus played a check on queen by a4, and knight knight on c6 and e3, simple move to improve the bishop, castle, bishop e2, bishop e6 and castle, a6 and rook c1, and opening the c file, start attacking on c file, so bishop back and queen back. See, this rook is played on the f rook is played on c1, as the queen can come here on d1 again and maneuver the knight and exchange the light bishops. So knight back and a3 is played, rook fd8, and see the black bishop is exchanged by Magnus, and the black pawns are all pawns are on black squares. So knight c8 and knight a4, strengthening the f square and posting the knight. So b6 is played, but after b6 the square on c6 is weakened and positional advantage by Magnus Carlsen. So knight back, and it can come to d3 and e5 again. And here Aronian also played knight to e7, and it is coming to g6 and controlling the e5. So Magnus played knight d3, knight g6, and here this pawn is controlled by knight d3 on b4, and so trying to exchange the pawns, playing a4, and see the all c file is dominated by Magnus, and the pawns are not coming, pawns are fixed. So rook back to e8, and rook double, rook can be doubled on c file. So here light bishop to b5, and rook developed to c1 from a1 square. And see the knight move to d2, and Aronian plays rook to c7, rook to d7, maybe coming to e7 and attack on the e file. So all the black squares are controlled, and no knight a4 and f4 is possible. So knight back to f8, and see the light bishop is challenged and captured, and the queen is challenged, and the queen has limited squares now. So queen back e7, and see the c6, there is a rook of white, and the positional and there is a pawn you can take, but white will take with knight after playing knight f4. So you're challenging the bishop, you can take, or I'll capture on pawn. And the king side pawns are imbalanced. Capture, and the most important as pawn on d5 is captured ultimately. And so here you can capture one pawn attacking the queen, so queen back, and see there is this square on g6 is really losing position now. So bishop back to d6, and knight attacks the bishop, and bishop is exchanged, but this pawn is weakened, so capture it first and check, and capture here. So check again by rook, and king is out of the king is exposed. So it is the final move, important move, and giving a check. So there is a queen check, and challenge the queen, attack the queen as the queen a1, rook f4 check, and rook check and capture. So here rook and queen are very strong, and after that move Aronian resigned. Nice game, positional game by Magnus Carlsen. And here I think you enjoy the game, and hope you subscribe to my channel.